day 4 is April 25th, and we had just spent our first night sleeping in Staten Island. So in the morning, Valerie got up hours before me, and she talked to Nicholas a bit, took some pictures of him. Any comments on Nicholas or his place?
Yeah, Nicholas's place was really funky. It was built in 1929, he told me. It was a big old brick building, and according to him, it really needed a lot of repairs, and that was quite evident that it was a nice, beautiful building at one time, but it's fallen into great disrepair. So I talked to Nicholas for a bit, and I had a cup of coffee, and then I decided to take the ferry into town. So I did that. I took the ferry, and then I took the #1 train to Times Square. And then I called Terry, and he said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm in Times Square." And so we arranged to meet back in an hour at Battery Park.
Did that work?
Yeah.
You sure that was that day?
I think so.
Okay, so you took some pictures. Did you take this Ripley's Believe It or Not guy?
I took a picture of a guy nailing a nail into his face.
And did he let you try? So the guy at Ripley's Believe It or Not in Times Square on 42nd, standing there at Madame Tussauds Museum, nailing a nail into his face.
A real nail, and with a real hammer too. It's pretty disgusting. I did this.
Was he doing this for tips?
Yeah, for tips. Yeah.
And did he get tipped?
Camera on you. He
Okay.
probably did, but I mean, I bet he got a headache too.
So then we took some pictures at Battery Park, and then we got on the on-off tour bus from Manhattan, and we followed it around, and we went past Pier 17, which is where they used to bring all the fish in, and then we rode the double-decker in through Chinatown, Little Italy, went past where Madonna had grown up.
No, I think not grown up. That's where she was when she was a struggling singer.
And then we took a bunch of pictures up on the top level of the bus, and then we went to the United Nations. And what did you do at the United Nations?
Well, we looked around at the exhibits there, and it was pretty underwhelming. We couldn't go to a session or anything, obviously. So we looked around, we got searched, and Terry had to drop off his camera stuff, and that was about it.
They had exhibits on slavery.
Yeah, those were pretty cool, actually, the slavery exhibits.
Some interesting architecture. We went into the basement where the tourism is. And they had this giant ball out in the front, so we took our picture there. And then we got back on the double-decker tour bus and made our way to 30 Rock. And we decided to buy tickets for the observation deck to go to top of the rock, which is about 65th floor. And we took a whole bunch of scenes, photographs there. We were there about 5 p.m. I think. And within minutes, it went from a clear sky to completely foggy, which you will notice in the pictures.
You couldn't take any pictures at all after that. People had already bought their tickets for the day and everything, and the fog just came in and you couldn't see anything. So we were very fortunate to come just at the right time to get actually a clear view of the city of New York. Very cool.
I was eating a lot of hot dogs on these days. We were always out and about.
Hot dogs.
Valerie never let me eat healthy. So then I went chasing pigeons a lot with the camera.
Valerie never let me eat. It was hard to eat healthy in New York because there was hot dog vendors everywhere trying to sell you food.
How much were the hot dogs?
They were $2 or sometimes $3 each.
I see. So we paid about 20 bucks each, I think, to go to top of the rock. And we had to wait about an hour before they would let us up.
You should tell him more about
Scheduled.
that double-decker tour bus, too, Terry.
Go ahead.
We paid for 3 days of tours and we went on a half of one day. So that was our worst money spent, I would say, in New York. It was the tour bus. But 30 Rock was beautiful. It was very peaceful up at the top of the building. We liked it up there. It was very cool.
So then we got back off, and then we decided to go to Central Park for the first time to show Valerie what that was like. But we didn't really get into the park because the guy stopped and asked if he could draw our picture in 5 minutes. So it took way longer than 5 minutes, and he drew the picture of the both of us. It was $40, plus the frame was $20.
For the frame, can you believe that?
And it was oversized, so we had a lot of fun lugging that thing around all the time.
It didn't really make me look gorgeous or Terry's handsome as he is, but we have a nice souvenir of our trip.
And then we continued to take the subway. We had to go to Lincoln Center. Caught a cab over to there. Went to the Avery Theater and saw Neil Young. And Neil Young did a one-man show, but he also had an opening act. He played classical guitar and sang. And it was a pretty good show. We were up in the top balcony, and there's a middle-aged couple, man and girl, sitting just over to my left. And they were smoking some funny stuff a few times through the show. That was pretty strong. Neil Young never talked to the crowd the whole show. He just played his songs. Switched, he had 3 different pianos and a whole bunch of guitars. He did half the show grunge distortion guitar, 1 song per piano each. And Valerie thought?
I thought it was, okay. It was okay. It was good to see Neil Young. It wasn't my favorite concert to that time because we didn't really have a lot of interaction with the audience, and that would have been nice. But he sure packed the show, and we figured he made a lot of money that day. So
our tickets were $150. That's the most I had paid for anything. He played there 2 nights, so I figure he made about $300,000.
Yeah, he made a pile of money, that's for sure.
So then after that, we caught the subway home back to, and then we went to Staten Island Ferry once again, which was a free ride. Takes about 30 minutes. And then we caught a cab back to the place. And each night I would have the laptop there, so I always watch shows. So that was a Monday night, so I probably watched The Odd Couple or something like that, and tried to listen to music that I had brought, John Anderson, Sting, Neil Young, for the concerts, and that was our day.